We'll work on this for a second.
Oh, they were trying, no, oh, it's okay. Did you get yours?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I got some over there. That's okay.
Well, that looks set off.
How did Vince do?
I don't know.
Making loans, I guess.
The wrestler.
We're very pleased today in Portage, Prarrie because we're welcoming another Canadian hero in George Marcello, who is representing the Step by Step, an organization that is committed to increasing the rate of organ and tissue donation in Canada. And this is an organization that is dedicated to bringing a better quality of life to many Canadians. Today we honor a Canadian who has joined several others who have traveled across Canada through our community on their way west to fulfill a goal, drawing attention to a worthy cause. And I mentioned, of course, here in the days when Steve Bagno, Rick Hansen, and of course, another young Canadian, Terry Fox, whose crusade against cancer didn't make it this far, but ended on Courage Highway at Thunder Bay in the early 80s. The Step by Step organization, created by George Marcello and other transplant recipients, has a goal to educate Canadians about organ and tissue transplants and the tremendous benefits they have for all recipients and their families. Portage and Prairie District are aware of the benefits of transplants as it has meant a better, longer life for several of our residents. Step by Step encourages our government to establish a national registry and also to raise funds to support research into organs and tissue donations. And George Marcello started his campaign in Ontario, and as many people have put it, George awoke the province of Ontario about the alarming rate of organ donations and the means to do something about it. His own story, of course, is far more interesting and authoritative, and he's going to speak to you for a few moments this afternoon. And I'm sure that we will shortly hear, and I would like to extend my sincere good wishes that I know are joined by the citizens of Portage and Prairie today. George is one of many volunteers who look at things as they are, and instead of asking or wondering why something isn't done about it, he goes out and does something about it. And for this we say thank you, good luck, God bless, and may your journey be a pleasant and satisfying. George, would you have a word, please, for the citizens of Portage and Prairie? And I assure you that there are not that many in attendance here, but they will be getting your message through the communications. Ladies and gentlemen, George Marcello.
Thank you very much, Ron. It was very, that's not wrong.
You just have to speak loud. I know you can
Thank you, Your Honor. Very kind words. Appreciate calling me a hero. But the way I feel is, someone passed away, and the family made a courageous decision, and they're the heroes. And that's why I'm around today. So I want to be around. I'm lucky to be on this earth. I'm lucky to have a second chance. And I just want to do my part. While I have this second chance, I want to do whatever I can to help other people that are on the waiting list. And there's many of them. There's 4,000 right now. And we have a very poor system in our country. We're holding on to a very prehistoric system. We haven't gone with the changes. Other countries have developed very good systems in their country and are doing very well with their rates of organ donations. Canada has fallen behind. As a result of that, we're losing a lot of people. One of my more passionate objectives of this campaign is to reach all three levels of government so that we can get them to get more action in this area and put Canada where it belongs in the high standards of living that we enjoy in all other areas. We should be enjoying in this area. While I walked in Ontario, I was screaming out Premier Harris's name at every town and community that I could. And as everyone knows, he's a pretty hard guy to reach. And he doesn't listen to too many people. So he called me in September and said that he was following what I was doing and wanted to acknowledge what I did in the throne speech. And more importantly, he said it inspired him to create the Premier's Advisory Board on organ and tissue donations. Now, what I'm doing is not an ego trip. I really couldn't care less about being part of the throne speech. The important thing is that a big step was taken. We got the provincial government to start doing some things in the province of Ontario. And that's what this is all about now. We're trying to wake up each province so that we can get provincial governments. This is all about now. We're trying to wake up each province so that we can get provincial governments and the federal government to respond to this. I need the help of the media people. That's why we need to get the media people out here so we can deliver this positive message to the public and to the officials. You know, this isn't a popularity thing for me or anything. Someone made that decision to keep me alive today, and I want to just do my part in saying thank you. And that's why I'm on the road, and that's why we need to get as much media attention and as much public attention as we can so we can give those people that are on the waiting list a fighting chance also. And that's what it's really all about. And we've been doing this on a zero budget. We just haven't been able to get the big corporate sponsors to back us up yet, you know, and we've done so much work so far, and it's a shame because there's too much work that's put on us on the road. We have to do the scheduling, the advance work, and constantly we have to keep begging to keep our walk alive. You know, it's been a question of waking up in the morning and begging throughout the whole day to get just means of surviving. Now, the reason why I'm here today on day 233 is to acknowledge that family that made that decision and to help the raid. But also I'm here because we've had individuals along the communities and groups that have come out and gave us a kind grin and encouragement to keep on going and gave us a few bucks, what they could at the time. That's why we've come this far at this point. But we're really urging the big corporate people to really start stepping in because they can give us a hand here. And also any government officials that can give us a hand with grants. It's not for me that I'm doing this. It's for those people on the waiting list right now and to get our country into better shape. I want to introduce my road crew, and I actually went through 5 road crews already because of the overwhelming fatigueness and overwhelming challenges that this thing takes. And I was fortunate enough to meet Travis Martin, who's sitting at the end here. And he's a native of Fort Francis. And as soon as I met Travis, I knew I had a good man by my side. And I was confident to continue because when I reached that area, I was ready to give up. I was broke. I lost my 5th road crew. And I said, what's the use? And since I met Travis, he's urged me to not give up. And he keeps telling me that no rain, no rainbow. And I'm really starting to believe that, you know. So I thank you, Travis. Also want to introduce Miranda, who we also met in Fort Francis, and that's Brandon behind you. They're two recent high school graduates from Fort Francis High, and we drafted them. And they came on board with their parents' blessing, and I'm glad to have them on board too. So we wanted Miranda to come up here and say a few words on behalf of the road crew, and I want to thank everybody for coming here, and Your Honor, thank you so much for meeting us at the
sure there's possibly questions that people might want to ask, and I'm going to throw it open to questions now, George, if they're ready, that the folks have or wish to ask here, or if you wish to do interviews with me privately. The press have requested